Sup gamers, this is 3 Louis, and this is going to be my commentary over my PB speedrun. So this is kind of a guide, so I'll be explaining what I'm doing, so if you watch this video, you can kind of learn how to do the Cayo Perico speedrun yourself. So these runs, the reason I speedrun Cayo Perico is because it's a really great way to make money. It's quite literally $1 million an hour. You get about 800,000 and 900,000 if you get the tequila. If you get something good, you may actually make $1 million, and it takes about 40 minutes. So on average, that's about $1 million an hour. So it's pretty RNG heavy. You know, you can literally have the run just die because you don't get good missions. So by doing it over and over again, you'll eventually get good RNG, and you'll make a lot of money. So I've made like 30, 40 million in total just off of speedrunning Cayo Perico. So to start off the run, what we do is we buy snacks and body armor, obviously, before the run every time, and then we park the Kazatka submarine next to the destination. So in this case, the closest one to the Cayo Perico, which is the bottom of the map, is Lago Zancudo. So the goal is to start up the mission and get Lago Zancudo, and if you don't get Lago Zancudo, you might as well reset because you got bad RNG. So there's a 1 in 5 chance, which means that yes, I do restart 4 out of 5 of my speedruns within the first 5 seconds. So it's really sad, but it's one of those things where in order to beat my PB, I'm gonna have to get nothing but perfect RNG. After the first setup is finished, you pretty much can't reset. Because like if you go into single player and then go back into online, you would still have to continue off. So you can't really reset after like the first 10 or so minutes. After that, you have to keep going. So I got Lago Zancudo. I believe this was my 2nd or 3rd time. So again, I had to keep restarting by going to single player then back online to get this good RNG. You'll notice that I am wearing a scuba outfit. Oh yeah, and things are timed in real time, so what you're seeing is I'm actually lagging right now. This is actually killing the run. Like, considering that the platform record is held by pause, and you got a time of 40 minutes, 40 minutes, and this is a time of 40 minutes, 45. If I had not lagged there, I would have the platform record. But because I lagged, that killed it. I lost 2 platform records with this run because I had a little bit of lag in the beginning. In fact, the very first minute and a half of this recording, I actually was lagging the entire time. The game crashed completely. So what we do is we pressure to the plane, and then we hop in. And we used to kill everything, but that's kind of slow, so now we just hop in. And to prevent being killed, we just put on body armor. It doesn't waste any time. So we just pressure to the plane, hop in, and then to prevent dying, hop on. So here is just like a 3-minute flight to Cayo Perico. So I'm gonna try to explain a couple other things. So in the run, we do the gather intel first, then we do equipment fingerprint cloner, then we do weapon loadout prep shot, then we do equipment plasma cutter / safe code, then we do equipment cutting torch, and then we do approach vehicle submarine stuff. Now this is like bound to change. In fact, I might even change what I do this week. As you can see, I have 28 million in this video, so almost all of that came from this Cayo Perico. So it's basically just do a run, do a run, do a run, do a run. Eventually, you're gonna run with good RNG. So what you want to do is you want to Twitch stream your record, your runs. So make a Twitch account, download Twitch to the Xbox One, and then once you have everything set up, go ahead and start streaming, and then start it. The timer starts when you start the mission, so when you press A. So you buy it, and then you press A to start, and then the timer ends when your HUD, aka your map at the bottom left screen, when that disappears, that's when the timer ends at the very end of this now. So because we're not on a PC, you can't use LiveSplit, so I quite literally watch my stream, find out what the beginning and end time is, and I'm just minus the time. So the timer starts at 1:52 and ends at a 42:37, which gives a run a time of 40 minutes 45 seconds. So this is currently the second place for the Xbox One platform. First is Cause, which beat it by 2 seconds. Although it was not my fault, I had a couple seconds of lag at the beginning, which if we used real time, I believe this would be better, but because there's no current way to measure real time on Xbox, we can, not real time, in-game time, because things like a lag spike wouldn't count as the clock in-game is. So this is the best in-game time, but the second place I'm not doing anything on my phone, just ignore that. So, as you know, going up in a plane slows you down, but going down accelerates you. So idealistically, you would try to be parallel the entire time, and then near the end, you would start descending. What I do is I go into first person before this little cutscene starts, so that way after the cutscene I'm in first person. Running outside in first person is faster than running in third person outside. So anytime you're running outside, you want to be in first person. I believe indoors too. So pretty much you want to be in first person the entire time with running, but when you're in third person, it's hard to see things, so you want to go into third person when you're on your bike. So here I'm going to immediately book it to the bike, and I'm going to hop on, and at that time I'm going to be switching from first to third. So as you can see, I'm already in first person because I entered this in first person, and I'm going to hold A to get onto the bike. Once I get on, I'm going to go ahead and exit first person. And my bike route is really not good. I highly recommend figuring out a better way. In fact, I believe I crashed like once or twice doing this. Yeah, I think I crashed once. So my bike path and my bike is really bad, so I'd recommend finding your way. So we have to avoid getting caught in this mission, so it means kind of, we can't just follow the road, so we have to kind of, you know, zigzag and go off-road. And yeah, there you go, I crashed. So as you can see, a sub 40 is definitely possible. Me and Kaz have both gotten times of 40 minutes, something seconds, but it's definitely possible to get like a 30 or even 38. I believe as time progresses, something like a 35 may be possible, but as of right now, the goal is to get a sub 40. So here we're kind of avoiding people, so you want to pay attention to your minimap. I'm actually, at this point, I'm driving with the minimap, so I'm looking at the minimap to see, alright, there's a camera there and a guy driving here, I'm going to go between them. If you're fast enough, you can actually beat that guy. So what I'm doing is I'm going up to the communications tower, again I'm using the bike. The noob way, or like the old like day one method, was to like walk there, so obviously go ahead and get off your bike. This is another RNG section. There's 5 spots that the box can spawn in. I got perfect RNG here. There's 2 chances that it spawns at the bottom, and then there's 3 chances it spawns at the top. So the bottom 2 are good. This is a pretty slow hack. Basically, you just I'm not entirely sure the rules on how this works, but you connect the left side to the right side and try to get the target. I think they're multipliers, so I think like 1 is like times 1, 2, or 3 or something. So if you have like 8, it'll turn to 8 or 16. I'm not sure how it works. Okay, so once you finish hacking, you then go to the camera. Not the camera, you go to the app on your phone, which opens the camera. And it goes from where you start to Panther. So you want to go to the right, then it switches to Courtyard, and then I believe after Courtyard is Basement. Basement is where you want to pan your camera to the left. And as soon as you see what you get, you want to go to online and go to your not character creator, just normal creator. This is one of the few missions in the game where you don't have to like return to the sub to finish. The mission finishes as soon as you get back to Los Santos. This means that if you literally like quit the mission by going into creator and then go back into Los Santos, that counts as the mission finished. It doesn't fail. So this is faster than actually finishing it. So as soon as we get in, we're going to go ahead and go to online and play invite only. You have to go into the character creator first. Don't try to make a session while in the heist. You have to go into creator and then go into invite only. Don't bother going into public sessions. Someone is going to oppress you and kill the run. So we have to go into invite only sessions. Also, the load times are usually faster for invite-only sessions, so because we do real time, if you have a long loading screen or the game lags, that is counted. Um, because we don't use live split, we don't have any automatic programs. It's full time. So make sure that you have an outfit saved that is a scuba gear. I've got a parachute, a rebreather, and a bulletproof helmet on. You may want to put a construction hat on, things like that. It's not that big of a deal, but you definitely need a scuba outfit. So the next setup we'll be doing, I think, is equipment fingerprint cloner. Yes, it is. So for this, let's see what I do. Okay, so I don't have my oppressor, so I'm like, okay, I gotta get the helicopter. So that's a little script there. Because as you can see, I didn't know what I was doing then, and I don't know what I'm doing now. The runs are pretty optimized, but they're not like frame perfect optimized. So something like that was like that was like a 1 second loss, but it's still my PB, you know? Like even my best time I've ever done isn't perfect. So how you learn the speedrun is by watching other people do it. So I watched people on the Xbox One platform do the run, and I took notes on what they were doing, and then I would watch the run and just do it myself. And I would like look at their screen and be like, alright, that's repeated, so then I do the same thing. And it's kind of monkey see, monkey do. You know, there's not like, how did you do that? What was that? Because there's not really any like out of bounds or crazy like crazy techniques. It's pretty much just playing the game particularly fast, you know? So here it's gonna be like, I think I parachute. No, not in this one. It's faster to parachute than land. Some occasion, so I think the meta may change to just jump out. So here I'm calling in my oppressor because the oppressor is overall faster than the helicopter. Because of this, you have to kill everyone, remember headshot is better than body shot. I know a lot of people back out and go back in, but I always found that to be kind of slower and unnecessary. So. Just when comparing them side by side, I don't know why they do it. I think it's so they don't get killed. Either way, when I've watched it side by side, I've noticed that my runs are always faster. So it appears that leaving and going back in is slower. The hack is kind of self-explanatory. Again, there's no like special speed strats. It's basically just get good at it. Do it a bunch of times until you get good. Use first person when not in vehicles because it's faster. You don't have to spam A, just hold. Again, always get headshots. If you shoot him in the body, it's going to take like 3 times longer to kill them. So it's faster to do auto aim than flick up. So as you can see, I called my oppressor and won't be using the helicopter. I believe in this run, I actually lose my oppressor and have to start using the helicopter. Like I said, once you finish the intel mission, you're kind of screwed. Like I can't reset. I'm like, oh, I lost my oppressor. I'm in the helicopter. Like runs dead after reset. No, you can't. Hypothetically, I guess you could quit the mission and then like call up Pavel and cancel it, but I've never done that, and it kind of seems pointless because you might as well finish it up. Because the point is to make money and hopefully set PBs and platform records. I've held the platform record 3 times, in which I beat myself 2 times. So I set a platform record, then I beat it, and then Cause recently beat my time and then beat it again. So it's like 3 times I beat it, and then he beat his twice. My goal is hopefully to get a sub 40 in his. So again, it's basically just read the bottom of your screen. This is go to archive. There's 3 different places it could go. If you know where the first one is, you can actually figure out what the second location is. But for this, it's you go to a place, kill the people in it, hack the laptop, and then the second place won't have people in it. This is the one where you grab the card thingy, look for something when they intend. So we first person run. It's almost always in this back area. So what we do is we kind of just do like a little C shape. So as you can see, I go touch all the sides of the computer until I pick it up, and then I run out. If you see it and pick it up, you can go ahead and just start leaving. But there's this like way you always do it that'll have like a 90% chance you'll get it. So just go in the back, do a little C to touch all those 3 tables, and you'll most likely pick it up. Hello? So I switch out of third person because I like being able to see what I'm doing. I wait a second before boosting. It would probably be faster to return your sub to storage and then call it back in, what this does is it brings it closer. I actually think I do it right now. Actually, I don't think I did. I think I did. I don't think I did. Yeah. I pushed out of that one. But yeah, it when you return your sub to story, it vanishes from the map, and when you call it in, it spawns close to you. So if you're very far from your Kazadka, it would be faster to just have it teleport to you. You can fast travel in the Kazadka and take it pretty much anywhere you want around the map, and you can also bring it to you by returning. So,
in our line of work, it pays to look ahead, Captain. To think of how we cover
it's again mostly so it's delivered the delivered. I parked the oppressor on the sub. Just looking at that buy time, I was gonna fall off because it didn't land perfectly. Oppressors have a really bad habit of straight up falling off the sub. If that happens, number one, run's dead, but two, just kidding. Then you just go to the helicopter. Your personal vehicle's been destroyed. If you see that your personal vehicle's been destroyed, we're doing cutting torch, go ahead and just go to the helicopter. So I believe I noticed and I immediately, I normally would go for the oppressor, but I noticed that I need to get to a helicopter so it got destroyed. If your helicopter is not there, go ahead and return it, and then you can hop in. That only lost me a couple seconds. I probably should have done it beforehand, but I didn't think to do that. So a lot of this is again just doing the mission. I would recommend just playing it like 3 times, just to have fun, enjoy playing it, and then on the 4th, 5th, and 6th time, watch speedrunners do it. So watch this guide in its entirety and take notes on what you noticed. Like, oh, did that thing, I didn't think to do that, I should do that. Or specifically, like, the order that I do the setups in, although that will probably change as time moves on. So this one has a construction site. It has 3 different locations they can spawn at. Someone already made, I think, a guide or a resource to show you where these are. So this is what I mean by there's RNG in these runs. So it's not just do I get lag as a 2, it's which of the 3 places do I get construction, which of the 3 fingers in the corner locations do I get. What location you get determines how fast that run can be. I'm not entirely sure which is fastest. It's not that important, but it's particularly straight to get it to you, and you have to finish the run no matter what it is. So the idea is that you do it a bunch of times until after 30, 50 runs, all the stars align, and you get RNG. And then that's the god. That's that sub 30. I mean, that's that sub 40. So if you're watching this, there's probably already a sub 30, so making guides always do that big. So there's no way of knowing where the cutting torch is. The boxes are in the same location, but you won't know which one is in. They have little green areas above it. I think in this one, I couldn't find it for like a long time. Yeah, I think this is a run where like I spent like multiple minutes searching, and like I could not find it. I have no idea why. I guess I just forgot. So I think it's up here, right? It's this one up here. Okay. I guess that wasn't too long. So you have to align yourself perfectly. As you can see, like I could have put up seconds sooner, but like with like I actually keep aligning myself. Yeah, normally you'd have an oppressor at this point, but mine got destroyed by the helicopter. Again, because you can't reset, you have to keep going. And the funny thing is, this was a PV too. So it's even if like run's dead, my oppressor got destroyed, that could still be a PV. So this is my PV, even though I had very clear and cut mistakes. If I had just not done that, I would have a better time. So even though my run is full of bad RNG and mistakes, it's literally a 2nd place on the platform. And if I just fixed one thing, if I got slightly better RNG, if I didn't lag, if I didn't forget what I was doing, something like that, it would literally be a classic record. I'm only 2 seconds behind. So, as you can see, even if you get bad RNG, it can still be the best run you've ever done. because the runs are non-optimized, but they're also optimized. Usually records are broken in increments of like a minute, but I think we may get closer into like the 30-second realm. I mean, the fact that he beat me by 2 seconds shows that they're getting more optimized as time goes on. Man, a lot of this is again just finish the mission, start up the next mission. If you don't know what order to the mission is in, go ahead and like pretty much figure it out. So I do crackshot because that's what the record guy did at the time, and it makes sense. Like the AP pistol is a pretty convenient weapon. It one-shot headshots. It's really compact, automatic. It's definitely underrated. So 707 Gucci, that's actually a pretty good RNG. During the weapons, there's a chance that you have to follow a helicopter, and if you get this, that's pretty much a guaranteed run. It loses like something like 5 minutes, and if you lose like a couple minutes, it's all right. But when you lose 5 minutes in a run, basically like, you won't be PBing. So this is the biggest kind of like PB or like run killer here. Is the very beginning, you don't get lag on the and then here, if you get that helicopter right, like the bottom of the map, following the American helicopter. But here I get 707 Gucci, which is pretty alright.
Morse Mutual
Normally
Insurance.
this is
How
where
can
you
we
use
help
the
you?
compressor and you clean your compressor.
I'll do my best.
On the roof, if you park it closer to a little door, it's kind of faster. You don't have to run for a second. So the closer you can park your compressor to the door, the faster you can run the speed. Of course, going into first person every opportunity you get. So there's generally 2 routes to do this section. You either go to the left or the right. I find going to the left faster because you're actually going to the destination. So I walk up to this guy and then kill him. So I kind of like wait last second. Shoot these guys, and then this is where it gets kind of annoying because this guy gets in cover, which kind of rings me. So I'm unable to shoot him because he's in cover. So I switched to my RPG just so I can kill him. As you can see, like my health is almost gone because I wasn't able to kill him fast. So there's no secret to doing this hack. Again, there's not that many like swag speed strategy. Basically, just playing the game but trying to be really fast at it. So there might be like methods. I don't know. I think it's random. For my understanding, it's random, but for all I know, it's not. So, the first number can appear twice. So as you can see, I clicked the wrong 30, and then clicked the right 30. So, yeah, you have to go to the gun locker, then go to the laptop, then go to the gun locker. Then you have to press right on the D-pad to pick up the guns, then you want to book it out of there. I think my RPG thought it was on fire. No, it didn't. Yeah, it's definitely hard to not confuse. So here you want to stamp left on the D-pad to go to the roof. I think the roof is faster because you don't get shot at. You don't have to kill anyone. You do have to gain some altitude, but it's not that much of a time off. I feel like the landing is kind of easier. So I return my sub and follow back in. This forces it to get closer to me. So you kind of want to do that when the opportunity presents itself. Yeah, I'm just doing the mission. It says deliver the weapons to Sasa, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and fly into the delivery. So, yeah, I'm just kind of looking at my menu and stuff. Here's where I hook myself on the thing, so you have to figure out where the location is. It's where you see those 8 like black circles. You want to like pretty much crash into it while spamming right on the D-pad, and if you do it just like that, you'll be able to immediately teleport in like right as soon as the little prompt shows up. In this case, I think I got in before the prompt even showed up, so just spam right on the D-pad so that way you can hook yourself on. Idealistically, you'd have an oppressor during the section, but mine fell off in the ocean, so I had to switch to the helicopter. So, even though something like that happened where I lost my vehicle, I was still able to get PB. So the next setup, I think, is an equipment. So equipment, plasma cutter, yeah. So we don't get demolition charges, they're kind of useless. So we figured out the minimum, like the fastest and the minimum. So you only need to do 6 preps: intel, the submarine, the weapon, and then 3 of the equipment. So we figured out the very minimum. A lot of people do the disruption. They'll do like all the vehicles or something, all the equipment. You don't do that. Like a lot of people will do like all 4 equipment and never use the demolition charges. You know, it didn't take long. It literally took like a day or 2 during the community to figure out the bare minimum required to deploy the card. So this is start the setup, oppressor, if you have one, oppressor going in the safe house. I think this, I land the helicopter or jump out, and then from there I call my oppressor, and then continue off of the oppressor. The Sparrow has a faster top speed than the oppressor, but as you can see, I'm taking so much time to land. So it's not really that good in landing. You could parachute out, but that takes time. So the oppressor is generally seen as overall faster. It has a slower top speed, but landing and taking off is really fast. So it kind of makes up. For this, just take a picture of the thing. You have to walk forward like a meter or 2, or else you won't be able to go through the door. So walk like a meter forward, take a picture, set a tab over. My throat's really dry, okay.
Perfect. Now give me a moment. Got them.
Sorry for my mic quality. I did a test run where I talked for 30 seconds. Well, there's a lot of background noise. It's really bad sounding, but I mean, it's kind of one of those things where I have to live with what I got. So. For here, it tells me to go to Del Perro. There's like 3 locations it'll take you to. I think the one I got here is like probably the best, although it's really easy to die from. Not the other ones for some reason. But if you were as lucky as me, this is the shortest distance, I think, but also the hardest. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. This one sucks. A better strategy would be to oppressor in there, and then pick up the plasma cutter while still on the oppressor, and then fly out. I took it different and just got off the oppressor to grab it and then walk back, and you can kind of guess that it takes long. So I would definitely recommend picking it up while on the oppressor. It can be a little hard, so if you need to, like park next to it, and then like jump off the oppressor, pick it up, immediately jump back on, take like a second. You can do that too, and it can be easier. But like a lot of strats in speedrunning, things we do will often be a balance of the chances of it working and how easy it is. So we may not do something, even though it's possible and we've done it, it can be hard or risky, so we just straight up don't. I think as these runs get more and more optimized, like in a month or so, we probably have to do things like not hopping off the oppressor just to get a good time. Alright, this is the last prep. So for this one, we actually fast travel with the sub. We didn't do that the entire run. You'd think we'd do it a whole lot more, but we don't. So we bring it up to the location. It'd probably be best to figure out how to like spam it. So as you can see, it was Mount Gordo, whatever it's called. So it'd probably be good to learn that so you can immediately go to it. Because I had to rely on the map to figure out where it was. So as you do it again and again, you'll eventually learn. Like, oh, it's Mount Gordo. I'm not sure what I did in this run. I think in this run I tried to drive it. I think that might be a different run. Well, we may do that in the future. The best way for me for now is to just steal the helicopter, not steal a helicopter, but to go into the, yeah, okay, I do it, so. My helicopter's not here, so I call it in. Again, I really should have done this beforehand. So using the interaction menu, I'm able to return moon-pull vehicle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take off, and I'm going to destroy the helicopter and 3 boats I suppose hypothetically it would be faster to just run in there and do it, but you die so fast. Like I remember before I started speedrunning, I was just doing fun. I would die constantly. So hypothetically it would be fast to just go in there, but this helicopter and these three boats will absolutely demolish you. So that's why I would hopefully just accomplish. So we don't need the helicopter anymore, so I just dive into the water and I can get to the destination. I don't think it's faster to parachute. Like I think it's more risky to parachute, so that's why I just dive the helicopter into the water. Using first person in this section is kind of personal preference. Sometimes I feel like not doing it. Hypothetically it's faster because of running, but there's so many like turns and stuff. Shooting running like I got disorientated there. So there's like two guys in here, and there's sometimes a third guy down here. Try not to get knocked down like I did. So this is an RNG moment. There's three places you can spawn. One of them was down there where I looked at. I could see that it wasn't there, so that was bad RNG. Alright, here's a little, 1 second mess up where I couldn't get up the ladder. So I think I get the last spawn. So the enemies spawn in the same place every time. So I kind of know what they are. In that case, I just shot at no one because I thought someone would be there. So I kind of hurt everyone. Kind of running around. I switched to the alien gun just so I not to keep reloading. This is the second location. If it didn't spawn there, then it's the third location, in which that's the worst RNG. So just getting better spawns. So we do a good way to beat PvP is just to keep on doing it, do it again, do it again, until you get a run where you just get nothing but good RNG every time, and that would be like the god one right there. This is the second time I'm getting it down. I'm in my scuba outfit. I know the location. So you go for the hypothetically the fastest would be the first place, so we go there, if not the second, if not the third. So, I remember before I started speedrunning it, I would go to this second and then the first last, but that meant that if you couldn't get the most optimal time. Yeah, it was not a good step. So this is the fastest route to take to get like a hypothetical fast. Is if it gets the first spawn and you walk there to the closest, that would be the fastest. Kill that one guy, and at that point everyone's dead. I'd probably recommend going into third person last second. I find it easier to swim upward than third person. Although things like that are personal preference. I don't think either one is faster. I don't know if swimming in one is any faster than another. Actually, I think third person is faster anyway. I'm thinking of when watching like Dark Viper AE run story mode, I think he swims in third person, so I call my teammate as I'm swimming upwards, and I then both shooting back down. And that's that. I used to kill the helicopter people, but at this point I just eat snacks and body armor, and I just drive through it. Again, it doesn't lose any time to put on snacks and body armor, and it can prevent you from dying. Just destroy the food for the rest of the time. Yeah, I was hesitating putting on body armor because I know that since this is the final prep, you have the option to buy body armor. So that gives you body armor. Because since I need the body armor, it means I won't have it. But I was just thinking, well, I'm probably not going to need it, so it'll save a fraction of a second. So I thought it might as well. So when you're trying to go for PV, you're trying to save every fraction of a second you can, although you often end up losing seconds. So, it's one of those things where you have to be trying your best the entire time. You have to be like, how can I save time here? How can I save time here? The whole run is how do I do this faster? So this is the finale. So scroll over to finale, click start. We do it solo, of course. So I try to menu as fast as possible. I bought body armor, I'm not sure how, because I thought I just equipped it. I don't know, maybe I lost health. So, approach vehicle, Kazatka, infiltration point, drainage tunnel, compound entry, drainage tunnel. Escape does not matter, so the fastest is the first. Time of day doesn't matter, so the fastest is first. We buy our suppressors, and then we start the run. So none of those things matter, you can just go ahead and skip that. So, yep. Click startup, so that's possible. Again, things like the menu count towards the time because we use real time. So if you sit at the menu for 5 minutes, that's 5 minutes on the time. So, so for the finale, this is kind of sad to learn, but we don't grab all the cash. It's a given that it's faster to not grab it. So the goal is to get in, grab the main objective, and leave the island. That's what we're doing. So we have to find the most efficient way to do that. So I swim in first person here because you have to spam A, third person, but you have to hold it first. So it's easier on the thumbs to just go in first person. When doing this with friends, I noticed that we get there all at about the same time, so I don't think it loses any time. Or if it does, it's not significant enough. So that's pretty good. So, yeah, you just swim forward. You don't like swim like to the left or the right or anything. You may have to like slightly adjust yourself just to make sure you hit it. But it's possible. The corner pieces are close enough that it's possible to cut both pretty much at the same time. I don't know if I do it in this run, but we may use that more in future runs. So, no, I don't think I do. But you see that right there? I could have done that in one swoop. So you do the corner pieces at the same time. I believe it's possible, and you basically just hit them right before. Like, that was a pretty fast one, but it should be possible to do it at the exact same time. Save a very small amount of time. But things like that are like, it's an obvious time save. If you just do two at once.
Did I ever tell you about the sewers in my hometown? It was there I first decided to join the Navy. Perhaps it will have the same effect on you. We will see. Off you.
So, in the finale, you're trying to pick up a gate key. The key cards are worthless and you don't need them, but the gate key, you need the gate key. So, there's 3 keys, the key card and the 2 gate keys. And unrelated is the key that gets the Perico pistol, but that's unrelated. So, your goal is to get a gate key. So, how I do it is I basically kill as many people as I can until I get a gate key. In this case, I killed this guy and immediately got a key card, which was pretty much useless.
You did not get sucked into a turbine.
So, I think I'll just stop doing that, so then I take out this camera and this guy, and then I cross my fingers that he gets the gate key. He doesn't, so I go to the next guy, and the goal is to get a gate key. You cannot progress until you get a gate key. So I'm killing as many people as I can, and then so let's hope that this guy drops it. And he does not. So I do not get a gate key in this run. Let's see how long it takes. I don't think this guy dropped it. No, he doesn't. So I have to now backtrack and find someone to drop a gate key. Because I didn't get it before, so. I think I killed like 5 people so far, so the fact that I killed 5 people and didn't get a gate key is kind of sad. So. I didn't drop a gate key. He was behind the gate, so it's not like that would have mattered. So I suspected these 2 people. I think like the same 10 people hold it, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, this guy has it. Once I pick up the gate keys, I immediately open the gate. So a lot of people, especially the people who are new to it, will try to do the 3 fingerprint hack at the top room. That takes too much time, so we just open the gate and then go in there through the bottom. So throughout the entire run, we never even enter that room. It's not necessary. So for the fingerprint cloner, you pretty much just learn how to do it. My method is I scroll through it, and it's in order. So you have the top, the second from the top, the third from the top, the fourth from the top, the fifth, sixth, and seventh from the top. So I scroll through till I find the top, and it's really obvious which the top one is. And then I make that the top, and then I make the second from the top, the third from the top. Because they all have a position, and the positions are in order, so you just have to put them in order. so I get stuck there, but it's pretty much just going fast. So finish it, immediately run it, immediately start cutting. How people cut this is kind of up to personal preference, but it goes without saying that you don't want to burn the cutters. So again, I do a bunch of long kind of waits in the beginning, and then I go very fast in the end to kind of minimize, or I guess maximize, whatever. So I got 1.3 mil, so this is this is about 1 million in 20 minutes, so a million an hour is a pretty accurate estimate. So as soon as I grab it, my goal is to exit the compound, so that's what I do. I backtrack and I go through here. I believe I fuck up here and get caught, which isn't that big of a deal, but it does mean I won't have to fight if I do get caught. So yeah, when it says you quit mask, that's how you know you get caught. If you look at the map, their cones go away, and it tells you to put on a mask, so that's how you know. Something kind of annoying is that when you're doing it with 2 people, it doesn't tell you who alert them. So I'm always into these arguments with people, like, did I do that, or did you do that? They're like, nah man, that was you. I'm like, I'm pretty sure, like, I don't think anyone was nearby. It doesn't tell you, but in solo, you know it was you, because there's no one else to do it. Alright, in this case, I was able to grab a bike. If you get caught, usually the bike doesn't spawn, but in this case, I got caught and still got the bike to spawn. So that's really convenient that I got the bike to spawn when I get caught. I think that's because I got caught in the last few seconds and the game didn't have time to update and not put the bike there. As you can probably guess, not only is it easier to not get caught, but it's faster to not get caught. So your goal is to not get caught. So you want to do the entire run stealth. It's faster.
If you're looking for the sub, I had to put it somewhere else while you were inside.
So here I am swimming away. The route I'm taking to swim off, I think, is pretty bad. You want to try to find the right spot to jump off at the right place to swim to. Because basically there's like a box, essentially, or like a circle or whatever, that determines whether you can escape or not, and your goal is to exit that little box. So there's a point where it's the most ideal and everything else is further. So, I think I've learned where it is, but in this run I haven't, so I'm going to be swimming for quite some time because the edge piece is very far. So idealistically, you'd want to figure out where the best spot to be at is, which you can either figure it out by watching other people, so don't use this run, so it's a bad one. But okay, so we know the mission finishes when your map disappears. So when the map disappears, that's when the timer ends. So again, how I time it is I watch the stream on Twitch and then I write down. So right there, the map went away, so that would be my time. So that was 40 minutes, 45 seconds. That is 2 seconds slower than the best on Xbox by Cosrang. And I believe that if my game did not have a lag spike at the beginning, I would have won. So I think in-game time, although I can't verify, I am pretty sure that this is the best in-game time. So nothing that was my fault. It was purely the game lag that caused this run to be slower in real time rather than in game time. So as you can see, my take was a mil. So that was how to make 1.1 million in only 40 minutes. So that was a 6:30. I've done it in 5 minutes rather than 6. So like a 5:30 instead of a 6:30. So I might watch those and figure out how I did it. I think I know. It's because I didn't get a gate key, so I had to backtrack and go find someone with a gate key. So that was pretty bad luck. That like I killed like 5 people and didn't get a gate key. So I had to backtrack because I suspected it was almost 2 people, which it was. So you may want to kill them, but my risk is that because it's 2 people, there's a really high chance that you miss one and have to do it not stealth. So, some people speedrun the end, so that's where it says 6:32. So I speedrun the full heist, but if you just want to speedrun the finale, that's the timer. That's how we time the finale. On speedrun.com, there's no category for finale, so a lot of YouTube videos are kind of clickbait. They'll be like world record time, and it's like 2 minutes slower than the record because there's no leaderboard for it. So, yeah, that's my guide pretty much. So just watch this video like 3 times and then watch it while doing it. or watch the Xbox One record. So to make sure the run counts, I run in circles like 10 times before ending the stream, just to make sure that I count the entire run and then a little bit after. So I'll go ahead and see if I can show the guide that Iguana made. So um, I'll give this a second to load here. So here is the 5 starting locations for Intel. Here's Lagos and Kudo. So you want to put your sub right here. So when you spawn, and you'll probably spawn like over here or something. So fast travel to here, and then drive your sub to here. Buy armor and snacks. Park the oppressor on the sub, and then start it. And there's a 1 in 5 chance that you get Lagos and Kudo. The other is Palito Cove, Poricopo Beach, and then 2 grape seeds. So if you don't get Legos and Kudo, just go ahead and restart. So this, as you can see, the destination is to get right here. So as you can see, the closest is Lagos and Kudo. So if you get anything else, runs dead. So in the equipment plasma cutter, there's 3 different locations. Idealistically, you'd put your submarine in this location, I guess, since that's the closest, and you'd fly to here and here. Although this is usually harder, so something like one of these 2 would probably be just as good. So again, because there's a 1 in 3 chance that you get any of them, it's going to be RNG based. So you just want to keep doing it until you get a really good time. So. Cutting torch. So there's the skyscraper. That's the construction site in Little Seoul, and that's the construction site in Little what? But yeah. So again, RNG. So I guess hypothetically, this would be the fastest. I would say, since the distance is the shortest. So there's no real way to force anything. So it's basically keep going. So from here, these are all the fingerprint cloner things, I guess. So you go from 1 to another. So the first one always has people in it that you have to kill, and the second one doesn't have people. So again, just RNG, just keep doing it until eventually one run has a mix of all the good RNGs. Approach vehicle, Kazatka. What is this even? Oh, it shows the Meriwether sites. I suppose it doesn't really matter because you're fast traveling. Weapons loaded. Oh yeah, this is it. Yeah. So this is that long helicopter ride that I was talking about. So sometimes you'll get something like, I think I got 707 Vespucci Pillbox Hill. That's the one I got, which is pretty good. Some of these others, like having to go from the Meriwether to this area absolutely would destroy the run. I think he's missing one because I know it's possible to have him fly up to here. So this guy, like he said, he never claimed it was perfect. The guy who made this, Iguana. This is really great. Thanks for making this really cool. So there's a chance that you have to fly up to here and you have to fly there. And of course, that's a long, basically auto-scroller of following the plane, following the helicopter till the mission starts. So, that's probably the biggest thing that'll ruin your time. But if you get one of these things, it's a pretty good time. So yeah, that's my guide. So how you learn to speedrun is by watching other people do it, and just watch them how to do it, and eventually do it. So as you can see, I have a time of 40 minutes, 45 seconds. So if we go to filter platform Xbox One, you'll see that that is significantly better than our 2 leaderboard runs. As you can see, mine is pending and so is his. So we both have times in the 40s. So as you can see, that's gold and silver. And if we go on co-op, the time is 57 minutes. But if you go to my pending section where it's going to be verified like later this week, as you see, I just mopped the floor. So I have a platform record for co-op and I have 2nd place for solo. So. Oh, and I used to have the platform record, so. Thanks for watching. Again, just watch speedrunners do it, take notes, and try to do what you see. So you learn through practice. And as you do it, you're going to make 1,000,000 each time. And as you do it, the chances that you get better and get your RNG go up and up. So as time goes on, your runs will get better. And we can even see this by looking at my obsolete runs. So I got a 57, then a 45-19, then a 45-2, then a 44, and then recently I got a 40. So just keep going, and eventually your times will get better. Enjoy the first few times you run it, and then after that, start speedrunning, getting serious. Make sure to stream all your attempts. And remember, you can't really restart after Intel. So thanks for watching. This is 3 Louis, signing out.